Oh, the lighting outside is not conducive to filming. Hello. Good morning guys. I'm Elle, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would film for you a gift guide of sorts, what I'm getting my kids for Christmas, what I have gotten my kids for Christmas, to try and make your job a little bit easier. I was talking to my best friend yesterday and she was saying how she felt totally at a loss for what to get her kids for Christmas, so her and I were kind of troubleshooting and thinking of what we can do, and so I thought that might be a good video for you guys. So everything that I'm sharing in today's video will be linked in the description box below, so if you see anything that catches your eye, you can go ahead and check it out. I will say, for any kids that are watching, we are going to be talking Santa secrets and stuff that, you know, you can only really know about Santa if you're an adult. So if you're a kid watching this video with one of your parents or a caregiver, this is not a video for you because we are talking Santa secrets and you don't get to know. It's part of the magic of Christmas. So let's go ahead and send the kids out of the room and then let's get into it. Okay, so I like to follow with my kids a 4-gift rule. And this is something that I got an idea from my friend Ariana, who has a whole channel on motherhood and minimalism. I'll have her channel linked down below, but she told me this years ago. It was a game changer for my family in how I choose to give gifts with my kids. And it is the 4-gift rule of something to wear, something to read, something you want, and something you need. So I will go ahead and have a printable that you can access totally for free. You can print it out and do it with your kids. It can be a way that they can write a letter to Santa about things that they would like for Christmas. Totally free. Again, I'll have it linked down below. But what it does is it really helps us as parents not go totally gung-ho and crazy for Christmas. It helps us not spend beyond our needs, not get into the consumerism that Christmas can often become. And as someone who is an advocate for living intentionally and minimally, it has really made a huge difference in my life in how I shop for my kids. So I will go ahead and leave that down below. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it. The first category that we're going to cover is something to wear. So I got Brighton pajamas. They're fleece, they're a nice pink. I feel like a lot of pink stuff for girls is like a really fluorescent, vibrant pink or like a really Barbie pink. And it's just not the type of pink that I personally gravitate towards for myself or for my kids. It's got a little llama on the front, which I think is so cute, and it's got some gold detail, and it's the right kind of pink. And this was $10.97. And I just think it's really adorable. But I will have a couple different options linked in the description if you want some various options in terms of price points as well for pajamas. For my boys, something to wear, I got them these adorable Sherpa zip-up hoodies. They've got a front pocket here. There's something about this Sherpa teddy bear material that is just so cozy. And this color, I just thought this color was amazing. It's like a nice camel brown. So these were $12, and this is in Canadian dollars, which is a little bit higher than what it would be for US. US it would probably be about $9. So I got this one for Ford, and then I got the matching one for Cohen. So the next category is something to read. So my oldest son Ford is 6.5. He's in grade 1, but he's reading at like a grade 3 level. And so I got him a chapter book. Now this is a book that I used to have when I was in grade 2 or 3. My teacher read it to us, and it's a series of books, and they're just silly and fun. So this is Sideways Stories from Wayside School, and the premise of this book is there was a school that was supposed to be built one story with 13 different classrooms, but instead they built a school that is one classroom on each story, and it's 13 stories high, and so each chapter is a different classroom and just silly stuff goes on in each classroom, and it's just funny and it's entertaining. So I think there are a few little pictures in it, but for the most part it's just a chapter book. But I know that he'll find this really entertaining and really funny, and it is a really great series. For Cohen, those of you who have been watching my channel for a while, you will realize that this is very on brand for Cohen. But I got him the book Grumpy Monkey. It's a book where one day Jim Pansy woke up he just kind of woke up on the wrong side of the bed and discovered that nothing was going right, nothing was going the way that he wanted it to go. So it's a really good book, also talking about like mindfulness and how to work through, you know, when you're having a bad day. So it's got a good lesson in it, but it's also funny, and I liked the illustration, so I think Cohen will really like that. And then for Brighton, she can't read, but Ford really likes reading books to her. So the book is not in yet, but there's a whole series of books that's called the Ninja series. So there's like the anxious ninja, the angry ninja, and so the idea is each of these books talks through different emotional states. So if you're anxious, shy, sad, angry, and so the ninja in the book is experiencing these feelings, and they talk about how to work through them. So I got one for Brighton, and obviously she can't read it, but I can read it to her, and the boys can read it to her. And I just think it's a really great series and a really good idea of the types of topics that I like to cover with my kids. So in terms of something you want, I got this for Brighton. Full disclosure, she was with me while I was shopping for it, and that, my friends, chef's kiss, is the beauty of shopping with a child who is still young. Because you can shop and you can test drive the toys with them and see what they only care about for 5 seconds versus what they want to hold the whole time you're walking through the store, and they won't remember it by the time it's Christmas Day. It's really a beautiful thing. So I got her this Fisher-Price toy. I try to stay away from plastic toys as much as I can, but this one was not super offensive. You can go through sorting. It's working on some fine motor skills and gross motor skills of getting the coins in the piggy bank. You can then take them out. Take them out of the piggy bank. Because I live in Canada, it goes through this in English as well as French, and then you push the nose, and it kind of does different things. Brighton thought this was hysterical, and so I just know that she's going to really enjoy it, and it's something that the boys can play with her with, and it goes up to, there's 30 plus songs. It's got the rumbling, it does counting, numbers, and opposites, and it goes from 6 months to 36 months. So this is a toy that will last her for a while. And I liked that the colors weren't too bright and offensive because I'm bougie and I like my toys to be pretty, even if they're not my toys. It's just the way God made me. So for something you want, for Ford, I got him this really cool Lego set. My boys are Lego obsessed right now. It's pretty much all they want to play with. So this was $70, but I got it for 40% off, I think. 30 or 40% off that. Lego is freaking expensive. Can we have a moment for that? Lego is so expensive. If you can find it at Value Village, just make sure it's not missing any pieces, or find it on Facebook Marketplace. Girl, save you money because it's so expensive. Also, I found out that there's a store called Treasure Chest or Treasure Hunt or Treasure something, and it basically sells like liquidated and returned items for cheap. It's a great thing. I'll leave the store down below. But anyway, so that is where this came from. But I, again, will link where you can get it online if you want to prefer to shop online to stay COVID safe. But this is a Jurassic Park set. So that's the French side. Is that the French side? Gallimimus and Pterodon Breakout. 391 pieces. So there's like a guy, I think this is Chris Pratt here, and you know, different things. There's like a machine. Oh, there's Owen Grady, Claire Deering, and Aku Trooper. And then there's a Pterodon, and then this guy that I clearly butchered the name of it. And you can see on the back kind of what it looks like. So it's a nice big set. It says 7+, and Ford is, as I said, 6.5, but I think he will love it. He's dinosaur obsessed, he's Lego obsessed. Everybody wins. In terms of a want for my younger son, Cohen, who is 4 years old, 4.5 technically, he's into everything being like good guy, bad guy, and like defeating the bad guys. A lot of his play involves that narrative. So I got him this Lego City. It's 4+, and there's a dog, there's a bad guy, there's a police officer and a police vehicle, and then a jewelry store that's being robbed. It's 67 pieces. You can see that there's lots of different ways to play. So this one was $14, and then as I said, I got it for cheaper. But this is something I want to say too. A lot of times I can get wrapped up with thinking that if I spend $20 on one child on this, then I have to spend the same amount on the other children in that category. And that's not true. Kids, especially at this age, don't have a concept of value and price of that kind of thing. So the fact that Cohen's was much less expensive than Ford's, that notion is lost on them. So it doesn't really matter if you're spending a little bit more or less in one category. If you get a good deal and you know your kids are gonna like it, I feel like the temptation for a lot of people would be like, oh, I only spent $14 on this, so it's not good enough, or I have to get a bigger set, or I have to get more, and that's not the case. Cohen will love this, Ford will love this, and it doesn't matter how much each piece cost. So now we're into the category of something you need. My children have a bubble bath every night. Honestly, it's the lazy single mom's guide to making sure your kids are clean, but it doesn't take up a lot of time. Instead of like fully scrubbing them down behind the ears and stuff every night, I run a bubble bath every night, and those monkeys are playing around enough in the bubbles that it gets them clean. And then, you know, I can just do a good scrub for, you know, pits and parts that need it at the time. But it's definitely made my life easier to run a bubble bath every night. So they are in need of more bubble baths. So I got Ford this 2-pack of bubble bath. It's the berry smell, and it's a Spider-Man one. So there's whoever this guy is. One of you can let me know in the comments, as well as Spider-Man. And then Cohen, Ellie's drinking water.
Darkness, my old friend.
Cohen got the Paw Patrol again. It's a 2-pack. And this, what is the smell for this one? Is it bubblegum or something like that? Watermelon scented. So he will like that. Obviously, my kids still bathe together a lot of the time, so they will be in reality sharing this, but they each get 2 packs, and so I'm sure they will alternate nights of whether it's a Spider-Man night or a Paw Patrol night. But that is something that they need, but it'll also be exciting for them. So I try to get my kids something that they can all play with together when it comes to what Santa is gonna be gifting them. And I had thought about getting them the Nintendo Switch system because Ford has been yearning for that system for probably about 2 years now. He's been asking for it. And a lot of his friends play Nintendo Switch and a lot of the games that they talk about at school, and he doesn't have that gaming system. So what he often does is watch YouTube videos of other people playing those games, which I'd rather him play the game than watch someone else play the game. But it's expensive, and so what we have been working on is he has a tracker sheet. I think I put this in a vlog for my members group, but he has a tracker sheet in his room, and when the kids do chores or do extra stuff around the house, they get to color in blocks, and each block represents $1. And then I told them that when they filled out their tracker sheet, they can go and get their Nintendo Switch. So I considered gifting them the Nintendo Switch. I thought if it's on for a really good deal for Black Friday or Cyber Monday, then I might just go ahead and do it. It wasn't on sale, and honestly, the more I thought about it, the more I thought, first of all, a 6 and a 4-year-old don't need a like $400 system, not even including the cost of the games. That's just a lot of money. But also, I kind of like the life lesson that if you want something bad enough and it's a higher priced item, it's gonna take you a while to earn it, and it's gonna take you a while to save up to be able to afford that. It teaches delayed gratification, that he is saving up for a long period of time for something that he values highly and something that he wants. And he's gonna get a lot of sense of accomplishment and feeling, you know, proud of himself when he finally has earned the ability to go and buy his Nintendo Switch. So I thought there is the magic of Christmas, and there is something to be said for opening up something that's just really fun and something that he's wanted for a long time. But ultimately, when I looked at the cost, the fact that it wasn't on sale, and the idea of teaching him the life lesson of working hard for something and waiting and saving up for something, I just felt like that was the better lesson. So we passed on that for this year, but I did decide to get them this teetering tower. It's a wooden, it's like a Jenga set, but it's like an off-brand of the Jenga set. And so there's lots of different ways that you can play this. It's got 54 wooden blocks. And what I really liked about this one versus the traditional Jenga is that it comes in its own storage box. so I'm not gonna have the Jenga pieces like all over the house. When they're done playing with it, it can go back in the wooden box. I also feel like this is great because they don't have to play the traditional Jenga game. They can build with it, they can, you know, knock it over like you would with dominoes. It's also something that we can do as family game night, which is something I really want to get better at doing, is doing like a weekly family game night. So this is something that we can all play with together on Christmas Day or Boxing Day or, you know, throughout the year. And I think they're really going to enjoy this. So this is what Santa is bringing all 3 kids this year. And then lastly, in terms of stocking items, we're keeping it really simple. I'm just doing some chocolate as well as a bath bomb for each of them. So I got Brighton this Unicorn Magic bath bomb, and then the boys will enjoy that this is a rainbow poop emoji bath bomb for each of them. They love doing bath bombs. They tend to be expensive, but these ones were really affordable. And so it's a good thing to kind of put in the stocking that isn't just food. So that is everything that I am getting my kids this year for Christmas. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you some ideas of simplistic and budget-friendly ways that you can still bring the joy of Christmas to your family. Again, if there's anything in this video that you thought was a really cool idea, I will have everything linked down below, so go ahead and check it out. I would love to know in the comments how you do presents at your house. Do you like to go gung-ho and you like to really, you know, have a large amount of stuff for your kids to see when they come down the stairs at Christmas, or do you pare things down a lot? I know 2020 has been a heck of a year for all of us, and so are you doing more of a reeled in Christmas gifts this year? I would just love to know, you know, what in your mind is like the top 3 gifts for your kids or yourself, or what you're giving your spouse or your partner. The more ideas that we can leave in the comments, the more that we can all comb through the comments to get ideas of things we might want to give ourselves or loved ones in our life. If you like this video, I would love it if you give the video a thumbs up. I also would love it if you would consider subscribing if you're not currently subscribed to my channel. I hope you guys are having a great Friday, Junior, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. And I will see you on Instagram between now and Thursday. If you're not following me on Instagram, I'm at Elle.Lindquist. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!